Shalom, this is your Ark, Yahismagnified, and I'm back with another informative video. Today's video is titled, Is Unemployment Benefits Exempt from Levy? Pursuant to 26 CFR subsection 301.6334-1. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, guys, let's get to it. Okay, so this video will in fact be a spinoff from my last video. If you all haven't watched my last video, then please pause this video, go back and watch my last video, which is titled Child Support and Unemployment. And after you guys watch that video in its entirety, then come back here and to watch this video to get more information, okay? So for those who did watch that last video, then you guys know that the reason why I'm doing these videos is because there's misinformation being spread around on YouTube and in the Facebook groups pertaining to child support and unemployment. Okay, my last video I showed you guys where individuals want you all to believe that in order for child support to garnish your unemployment benefits, the obligor and the Child Support Enforcement Agency must enter into a private agreement allowing the Child Support Enforcement Agency to garnish your unemployment benefits, which is in fact far from the truth, guys, which we went over in the last video. But in this video, this is also a code that they use, which is 26 CFR subsection 301.6334-1, to also convince individuals of the lie that they speak for you all can believe that is true. Okay, so what they do is they come on YouTube, provide half-truths and say, you see this, you see that? So the moment you guys see it, you be like, yeah, it does say that, it does say that. But then they stop right there. And after, without reading everything in its entirety. So you guys that take it, as if it's true, you guys that run hot with it. So you'll start putting that information in your cases, going to your court hearings, and you start arguing that information, only to find out that the information that you argue is in fact a lie. So I try to help you guys weave throughout the good information and the false information, okay? And if I see something false and a lot of people is falling for it, then I have to come out here, man, and give you guys the rightful factual truth, okay? So now, as you all can see, we're coming from Cornell Law School. As always, guys, the reason why I come from Cornell, I like to come from Cornell Law School or go to Cornell Law School website, because for those who do not know, Cornell Law School is in fact a private university, okay? It's an Ivy League university at that, okay? One of the top 5 Ivy League universities an attorney can go to, okay, to receive 5 law degrees, okay? So a lot of attorneys and judges graduated from the University of Cornell Law, all right? Despite what other individuals try to teach you guys or tell you all or try to discredit this website, they cannot discredit an Ivy League university, guys, okay? Only a fool or idiot will try to discredit an Ivy League university. These are the people you're going up against. And in order for you to understand that, you must understand what they know, okay? You must know your enemy. They say what? Know thy enemy. If you don't know your enemy and you don't know what your enemy studies, then how can you challenge your enemy? That's why I tell you guys, man, be careful where you all get your information from. Because I tell you, man, you got people on YouTube who live in their home in their mom's basement, man, trying to teach you guys how to get off of child support when they have 3 open child support cases themselves pursuing after them. They can't even see their children, and stuff like that. Because these clowns out here weak, man. They come on YouTube and try to get you guys to believe the falsehoods that they teach. Like I tell you guys, man, that's why I put certain cats' pictures up, information up, showed y'all that they still on Section 8, living in their mom's basement, ducking from the police and stuff like that. That's why I do these things, guys, so you guys can understand who's real and who's not. And it's just that simple. But let's go over the Cornell Law School website so we can get better understanding. So let's pick this up where it states 26 CFR subsection 301.6334-1. And it clearly reads, guys, what? Property exempt from levy. So when you read that, the first thing you think is, okay, it does state that property is exempt from levy, but now let's stroll to number 4 because they use number 4 and they made a religion out of it, right? Teaching people that unemployment benefits is what? Let's go back up. As we see, number 4 says unemployment benefits. So now let's go back up. They're trying to say unemployment benefits is what? property exempt from levy. So they're trying to say you cannot garnish the wages of unemployment benefits. So now let's read number 4 again. Number 4 states what? Unemployment benefits. Any amount payable to an individual with respect to his unemployment, including any portion thereof payable with respect to dependents under an unemployment compensation law of the United States, of any state, or of the District of Columbia, or of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. So they stop right there, right? That's it. That's where they stop at. And they say, you see, they cannot garnish unemployment benefits. But they fail to continue to proceed down and read. So now let's go to number 8 so we can get a better understanding of what's going on. Let's go down to 8. Okay, guys, as you all can see, we are at number 8. This is the portion of the section they do not want you guys to read. The main reason why they do not want you all to read this section because it's going to prove that everything that they was teaching you all about child support and unemployment is a lie. Okay, and because it's a lie, they want to keep you all at number 4 to keep you all coming in to receive their services. And once you receive their services, you go in there arguing the nonsense, the court ruling against you, and then what? You know, you're stuck. Then you're coming to me and saying, Yahismagnified, I went to so-and-so for assistance, and everything you were saying about that person is correct. And it's just that simple, guys. That's how it always happens. You know, so you got to understand, man. Do your due diligence and understand what's really going on. But let's continue reading. It states what? Judgment for support of minor children, right? Then it states, if the taxpayer. Now, for those who watched my last video, you all know why it states if the taxpayers. So this is one of the reasons why I was telling you guys at the beginning of the video. This will in fact be a spinoff of my last video, so you all can go back and watch that last video so you can have more understanding of what's going on when we get to things like this. But the main reason why it states if the taxpayers, because we know that what? We know that child support can garnish taxable income. We know that what? Unemployment is in fact what? Taxable income. So because unemployment is taxable income like any other income that the alleged obligor receives, then the Child Support Enforcement Agency has a right to garnish taxable income as long as they have what? A order of support against the alleged obligor, or the alleged obligor voluntarily signed agreeing to pay child support. And it's just that simple, guys. But let's further prove this. It states what? If the taxpayer is required under any type of order or decree. Okay? Basically what? An order of support or a divorce decree. But let's continue. Including an interlocutory decree or a decree of support pendente lite, right, which both means basically pending litigations, or litigations that are still going on at the current moment. But let's continue. Of a court of competent jurisdiction entered prior to the date of levy to contribute to the support of that taxpayer's minor children, so such that taxpayer's salary, wages, or other income as is necessary to comply with such orders or decree. You see? So they're basically stating that the agency has a right, if they have an order or voluntary signature, what I was telling y'all yesterday, they have a right to do what? To garnish the taxable income, no matter if it's from an employer or if it's from the unemployment agency. But let's continue. Then it states, the taxpayer must establish the amount necessary to comply with the order or decree. The service is not required to release a levy until such time as it is established that the amount to be released from levy actually will be applied in satisfaction of the support obligation. You see that, guys? It gets no clearer than this, but let's continue. The service may make arrangements with a delinquent taxpayer to establish a specific amount of such taxpayer's salary, wages, or other income for such pay period that shall be exempt from levy. For purposes of complying with a support obligation. You see? But let's continue. If the taxpayer has more than one source of income sufficient to satisfy the support obligation imposed by the order or decree, the amount exempt from levy at the discretion of the service may be allocated entirely to one salary, wage, or source of other income, or be apportioned between the several salaries, wages, or other sources of income. So again, guys, that's all I'm going to do for today. Like I tell you all, study to show thyself approved, man. It's not an easy fight, but it's a fight worth fighting, especially when you win. Don't continue to be deceived, guys. Like I stated before, there's a maxim of law. He who wished to be deceived, let him be deceived. So if you guys continue to listen to individuals who haven't won their own case, you're deciding for yourself to be deceived, and then you'll be responsible for what happens to you because, hey, You should have did your own due diligence and your proper study. So again, guys, that's all I'm gonna do for today. If you all need my help, hit me up in my email at yahismagnified@gmail.com. Let's get this right wisdom, this right knowledge, and this right understanding. Also, we in 2022 now, guys. I've been hitting God back to back with testimony since 2016, and it's not gonna stop in 2022. So my final question is on this video is clear as day, guys. Who's going to be the first testimony of 2022? Let's get this remedy. With that being said, I say shalom.